When creating assembly instructions, it's common to give an overview of the parts included or show the fixtures required for a particular step. Think of those classic IKEA-style layouts, where parts are displayed in a line or grid, allowing you to quickly understand what's included. Whilst you could manually translate and rotate objects into position, Cadasio has a selection of tools to help create this style of view quickly and easily. The Layout tool can be used based on all visible parts or a selection of parts. Here, I will use a selection set in order to pre-select the required fasteners. The Layout tool can then be prompted from the Transform Tools tab in the left-hand panel. There are a number of options to help define how the layout is created. For that IKEA look, I'll use the grid formation and also order the items based on size. After clicking Create, a preview of the layout appears, and I can adjust the number of items per row and the spacing between them. The layout simply places the objects for you, saving you from having to manually translate them. They are not fixed in this position, so once the layout is created, you're free to fine-tune any item's position. You may want to change the orientation of parts, which you can do by using the rotate mode of the triad, toggled on by pressing the Alt key. You can then change the angular increments using the plus and minus keys. This works well for small sets of components, but with larger assemblies it can become time-consuming. To speed things up, Cadasio includes an Orientate Axis Upwards option. Pre-select the parts you want to orient, and a bounding box around each object will be displayed. Simply choose the face that you want to point upward. When you create a layout, all items start at the same level. However, after rotating or manually moving parts, they can drift out of alignment. The Align tool helps ensure everything sits neatly on the same plane. Select the objects you want to align. Your first selection becomes the reference. A bounding box and mid-planes appear, and you can choose which surface or plane the rest should align to. These types of views often include callouts with item numbers. In Cadasio, item numbers are just a property of the part, which you can manually change in the meta properties. This works well if you have specific values you need to use, but often you may just want to number the visible parts in order. This can be quickly achieved by selecting the objects in the required number order and choosing the Item Numbering option from the Tools tab on the left-hand panel. There are a number of options for how the numbering is applied. In this case, I want to make sure it's only doing what I have selected and in the order selected. When accepted, nothing changes graphically, but each item's meta properties will have updated with the new item numbers, removing the need to update each manually. To display the item numbers, use the Item Number balloon from the toolbox. To add multiple item numbers at once, pre-select the required parts and then right-click on the Item Number toolbox item. Cadasio will automatically place a balloon on each selected object, saving you from adding them one at a time. With the balloons added, you can tidy them up using the 2D Arrange tools. Since they are all created from the same toolbox item, selecting one and then pressing / will select all instances, allowing you to align them quickly. The layout is now looking clean and well organized, but there are a few additional things we can do to finish off the step. When the end user views this step, by default they will be able to rotate the view. Often this is fine, but sometimes you may not like the way the 2D items move around. One option is to pin the balloons. This keeps them fixed in place, but the leaders will still adjust with the camera, potentially causing overlaps. Another option is to use the Auto Hide option, Step. This makes balloons visible only when the camera is close to the orientation saved within the step. As the user rotates away, they fade out and reappear when returned to the original view. Alternatively, you can lock the camera for the step by using the pin icon on the Camera tab. With the camera fixed, balloon visibility no longer needs managing, effectively creating a clean, static 2D presentation. Finally, you may want to change the way the step animates. By default, Cadasio will tween the positions and visibility of all the objects, which can look a bit messy. Instead, I like to change the step setting to include a step transition, such as fade or one of the pushes. Great! That brings us to the end of this quick tip video. I hope you found it useful. As ever, if you have any questions, please get in touch and make sure to subscribe to Cadasio on your favorite social platforms for more tech tips and news.